Hello guys, today I decided to speak on the topic how important actually it is to express what we are feeling. And I wish that somebody told me all of this that I'm about to share with you. I wish that somebody told me way back in the past. Well, I'm doing it now for others. And in this video, I will focus more on expressing our feelings in terms of relational dynamics with other people, because there are many different ways, shapes and forms how we can express what we feel, and very common is through art, through body movement like singing, dancing, painting, poetry, and it's all those options are very good and very valuable and bring its own benefits. But today I'm going to focus on expressing how we feel through our voice, naming the feeling and letting another person know how we feel. So I will dissect this information into one main reason why it's important to express what we feel in our relationships, and 4 benefits that it brings us. So, the main reason I see why we should express our emotions, our feelings, how we feel, is because of energy flow. Every feeling is energy. And when we start feeling something towards another person, whether it's love or maybe anger or sadness or frustration or whatever it is, every feeling is energy. So when we start feeling something, it means we are picking up on the energy. Suddenly, we become the channel of the energy. Our body is a vessel transmuting and transmitting those energies, because we feel everything. We are feelable beings, and we are meant to feel, and we are meant to allow ourselves to express what we are feeling, because if the feeling is energy and we suddenly catch that wave of that energy and we hold on to it and we are not letting it out, we are not letting it go, what we are doing, we are suppressing, we are depressing. And then the energy gets stuck. So this is the main reason why we need to practice more and more expressing how we feel. Now, it brings at least 4 benefits that I want to share with you. When we allow ourselves to let the energy flow, meaning when we allow ourselves to speak out loud how we feel, then our health is in balance. Because when we suppress the energy, we don't allow it to leave our body, it must manifest. It must take the material, tangible form, that energy. So what it does, then it manifests in the body as a physical disease, as illness. And it's very common for people who struggle to express how they feel. It's very common for them to have digestion issues, heart problems, because everything is connected. And why people are afraid to express to another person how they feel is because of fears. So then the fear runs the show, and the fear controls the life of a person. So of course, when a person is consistently in fear of expressing how they feel, their body will eventually start shutting down. So it's nothing new, it's directly connected. Fear and health is not in a good relationship, right? It doesn't go well. So if you want to have a good health, you need to practice expressing what you feel in your relationships. Now, another benefit that expressing how we feel brings is unstuckness, or stuckness if we don't express, right? So as I mentioned, feelings is energy. It goes, it comes, we take it, we feel it, and if we don't express, we stuck down, right? What happens then when we stuck the energy? Our life starts getting stuck in different areas of our life. And it can show up like a mirror. If I don't express how I feel, then other people might start leaving me as a sign that I'm rejecting my own heart, that I'm rejecting how I feel, that I reject another person by not letting them know how I feel about them. Also, it can affect finances, because when a person feels so much of everything and they don't allow themselves to express it, then a person is in the battle of the mind and the heart, when the heart wants to express, but the mind tell the stories that no, you can't, because of this, that, and another. And all of those reasons that the mind gives are fear-based. So a person gets stuck in the battle of the mind and the heart. And when there is no coherence between both of those, then a person doesn't move, because there is no inspiration to move. Then the solar plexus gets affected. That is responsible for taking action and being decisive and productive. And that's why a person then is not taking action, because they are in battle between the mind and the heart. But the moment we balance out our mind with our heart, and we express how we feel to another person, that's when we get a green light to go, to move forward. And here I want to share with you my personal experience. Like long ago, I wrote an old school letter to one man that I really felt a lot of feelings for. And one day it came to the point, it bubbled up so much of everything that I was feeling that I just couldn't hold within me that wave of energy anymore. I just knew that I have to release it somehow. And the only way that I knew at that time was to express through writing, because I had really difficult struggles to express through my voice. So I wrote that letter. I poured my heart out and I gave him. And you know what? Before writing that email, I felt so much full of fears. What if? The fear of unknown, the fear of rejection, just fear, fear, fear. But when I released it, I felt liberated. I felt free. I felt not bonded anymore to that lower vibrational energy. And because of that, I was able to feel unconditional love for myself and for another person. More about it at the end of this video I will share. So that's what it does. It makes us unstuck when we let another person know how we feel. Otherwise, we will stay in one place and feel stuck, and we will not take action, because also consciously or subconsciously we would be waiting for another person to be the first to express how they feel. We would be waiting for better conditions in life to express how we feel, or we would be waiting for courage to express how we feel. But courage will not come, because we become courageous when we do something when we are still afraid of doing. That's what courage is, actually, right? So yes, first benefit is health. Second benefit is unstuckness. It helps us to get unstuck. Third benefit, it gives a huge amount of confidence, massively. Confident. The moment I expressed how I feel, and each time I practice more and more expressing to my parents, oh, that was a challenge for me, huge, to start expressing to my parents how I feel when I was never supported. I was never supported in my childhood to do that. So I was learning when I was adult how to express how I feel to my parents, and it was terrifying, scary, but I knew I had to do it. So I started speaking more and more what I feel. And it gave me more and more confidence about myself, that hey, this is my truth, that's how I feel. And it gives confidence in knowing my worth, in knowing who I am, in understanding myself, because I understand how I feel at that moment. So the last benefit that that expressing our feelings gives is unconditional love, that I already mentioned. People think that they need to express how they feel for another person, just to get a certain outcome, because people don't want to express if they don't have certainty that they will get benefits that they want. For example, I will not express love if I'm not certain that that person will say yes, that that person will not reject me. And this is a very conditional love. The moment I started expressing how I feel without needing to have a final outcome, that was the moment when I took my power back. And that power is unconditional love. Unconditional love for myself and for another person. And it releases the need to control the outcome, control the behavior of another person, because I don't have control over those elements. I have control only about what I feel and what I do with those feelings. So it really, my life fulfilled more and more with unconditional love, just because I started expressing how I feel. And oh boy, not always my expression was met positively. Yes, I experienced rejections. Yes, I experienced pushbacks. But as more I was expressing, as more I understood that those reactions are not mine, as long as I express myself with integrity. And what integrity is? Integrity is aligning our mind with our heart, that it communicates one message and then we let it out through the voice. So that's it for today, guys. I need to rush and hear you on the other topics. Please practice expressing. It really benefits greatly. Ciao, guys.